First of all, I want to truly apologize to everybody for going live early last night. I was, I don't know what I was tripping on. I don't know why I got on at 6 instead of 6:30. And then like after I got on, my sweetie was like, I thought you was going early. But hey man, we here. We back. If this your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbit, I like to say welcome. If it's not your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbit, I still want to say welcome and give you a nice hearty, well, thank you for always tuning in to Tim's Tidbit and hanging out with me and my homeboy back here. Y'all know him. His name's Spidey. He's back there chilling by the window. If you don't know who I am, my name Timothy Lee Rogerson. Y'all get on Al Gore's internet every single day, man. Sunday through Friday, that is. Every single day. Get on Al Gore's internet to discuss the price action, if you will. Primarily trade the S&P 500, SPY, swing trade. But it's 2023. I can't say that anymore because now I'm moving into primarily trading the ES futures and just swing trading the SPY a few times throughout the year when I see opportunity. So, with that being said, let's get right into it. Let's get right into the overnight price action. Because in 2023, we have revamped the channel a little bit where I'm going to cut down the overnight price action and the price action recap down to 30 minutes. I'm trying to cut it down to 30 minutes so I can't spend a whole lot of time dilly-dallying like I usually do. Let's go over here first and check the economic calendar. I usually go to econoday.com, but Econoday been acting real sluggish. So when I just want to peek at it quick, I go to forexfactory.com. For anybody who don't know about forexfactory.com or econoday.com, Econoday is my platform of choice for looking at economic data because I like the way it's laid out. I can just see everything. I just see it better on Econoday. Right, I just see it better. I can look at it quick. It's really easy for me to see. So I like to come and just look at my economic data on Econoday. Now, Forex Factory is a whole lot quicker. It's faster. It doesn't take as long when you want to see the information. Boop, it opens instantly. Like, I want to see what ISM manufacturing PMI numbers that's coming out at 10 o'clock today. Right? Is the day Wednesday? Yes, coming out at 10 o'clock today, right? Boom, like boom. See how quick it opened? But on Econoday, when I come over here and I want to look at it, ISM number, click it. It's buffering. Now it's open. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's sluggish, but I can see it on Econoday. So econoday.com, forexfactory.com. Those are the two platforms where I like to see. And on Forex, I got it filtered out to only watch the US dollar. If you watch other currencies, all you got to do is select all, right? Apply the filter, and it show you all news for all currencies. But I don't trade Forex. I only trade the US equity futures. So I only look at the US dollar information. So we got 10 o'clock. We got some big news at 10. You don't want to be in a trade. You probably don't want to be in a trade prior to 10 o'clock today. Prior to 10 o'clock today, you probably don't want to be in a trade. If you do take a trade, you probably want to be out prior to 10 o'clock. Me personally, I'm not going to shake nothing until after 10 o'clock if my setup presents itself. This afternoon, we got the Fed minutes. The Fed minutes are the FOMC minutes. This is the minutes from the last meeting that they had. These are the minutes. This is a red folder because if any of the language changes dramatically in their last when they released the minutes, if anything they were saying prior to the meeting, if the language changed dramatically in a way that the market doesn't like it, the market will tank. If it changes drastically, drastically. I was saying dramatically. If it changed drastically from the way what they said prior to in a good way, the market will rocket. So it's a volatile event. So you don't want to be in a trade at 10 or at 2 today, right? That's what we got coming up today on the economic calendar. You want to, that's really volatile. You want to watch being in a trade at 10. You want to watch being in a trade at 2. A lot of times the market in front of big news, a lot of time the market is very dull in front of big news. Like when it's FOMC stuff in the afternoon, a lot of time the market will be dull until the afternoon. A lot of times when it's big news in the morning, the market will be dull until that news comes out. So just keep that in mind. If it's not giving you life, just know we got big news coming up. And hey, go get you some breakfast, get you a brunch, get you a lunch, or maybe even just take the day off and just watch the price action and study the price action and see how the candles print in front of this news and journal that. Hey, this is how the candles, this is how the price action acted in front of ISM manufacturing numbers and JOLTS numbers on January the 4th. You know what I'm saying? This is how price action act in front of the FOMC minutes, blah, blah, journal it. Make a journal of it so you'll see how it act. I mean, how it reacted. All right, that's the news that's coming up. Let's go over here and holler at our homegirl. Oh, the experts on YouTube told me that I haven't hit my 2,500 subscribers because I'm not asking. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't hit the like button, please press the like button. The experts on YouTube told me that I'm not reaching my goals because I'm not asking. So if you're enjoying what you hear so far, please subscribe. And if you like what you're hearing and you are subscribed, please share it with someone who isn't subscribed and say, hey, I really like his content. Come join the gang. Click the subscribe button, why don't you? Hey, let's go over here and holler at our homegirl, man. We didn't holler at our homegirl the other day. If y'all don't know who I'm talking about old Spyleen. We wrote a song for her. Want to hear it? Here it go. Spyleen, where you at, baby? Here I go. Hey, how you doing? Oh, Spyleen about to gap up. Spyleen about to gap up. For anybody who do not know what I mean when I say Spyleen about to gap up, for anybody who don't know what I mean when I say the SPY is about to gap up, yesterday we closed right down here at 380.82. And in pre-market, we're up here where it says pre-market, we're up at 382.58 right now. So we're about to gap up close to $2, like $1.70, 80, I don't know, $1 and something. It's less than $2, more than $1.50. So I mean, it's less than $2 more than a Check, 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 check. Who in here? Is anybody still in here? Who's still in here? Hey, it's storming in Columbus, Georgia, man. And it's crazy because when it was thundering and storming, the power was fine. It ain't been thundering in a while. It's still raining, and then the lights just went out. It just went out, and then it take my router and stuff over there a minute to come back on. Who that is popped up? Oh, okay. Shout out, Cali Yo, the newest member of the gang. Calio, the newest member of the gang. I wish I could on stream, y'all. I can't poke. It won't let me. Oh, there it is. Calio, newest member of the gang. Where was I at? Oh, Spyleen. I'll talk about Spyleen. Spyleen about to gap up. My math wasn't mathing. I couldn't get the math together in my head, and then the power died. So Spyleen about to gap up. And yeah. Looking at Spyleen. As we discussed yesterday, for anybody who missed it, because again, let me apologize for going live early last night. I don't know what I was tripping on. I'm sorry. Yesterday on the SPY, we took out the buy side. We took out the buy side immediate, like we had spoke about for Friday and last week. So we took out the daily and weekly buy side and immediately rejected off, had a nice reaction off of it. After taking out the buy side, as we expect from the things that we learned from a USB device. What USB device is in my? Oh, it is. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. The thumb drive still in there from when we was looking at them pictures a long time ago. Who remember we was looking at them throwback pictures? Them throwback pictures of powder. Oh man, y'all know how I get. Squirrel. I can't help it. I saw one of the pictures that I was looking for at that time. Once I got off the live with y'all, when I was trying to find a picture of me. When oh man, it's gonna drive me crazy. When I was trying to find a picture of me, I found one of them. It wasn't exactly the one that I was looking for, but I found one of them. Ah man, this gonna drive me crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know how. There it is, right there. That's the one right there. That's one of them I was looking for. When it was me and Timothy, we had went to go see Calandra at a job. That's Timothy there when he was a legit, and that was me back in the day when I had. This was Chris was a baby. So this was one of the times I had, because I used to grow my dreads and cut them off all the time. So this was one of the times I had grew my dreads and we had went. But that was one of the pictures I was looking for that time when we was on there. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Y'all know how I get. Hey. So once we take out the buy side, we expect price to at least come back to equilibrium. And what do we call equilibrium around here? In the middle of the road. We expect it to come back to the middle of the road because that's fair value in the dealing range that the algos are dealing with at that time, right? The middle of the road equilibrium, that's fair value. So we gapped up, took out weekly buy side, came back down to at least the middle of the road, and then moved into a discount and delivered it where? To daily sell side. So we took out weekly buy side, came back down to the weekly equilibrium, fair value, and then delivered that liquidity that we picked up on the weekly buy side and delivered it to a daily sell side, right? So from my back testing and my studying And my learning from ICT, when I see price take out a PD array on this level, I watch for it to deliver it to a PD array on one level down. So we took out weekly buy side and reacted, right? And then we delivered to daily sell side, then reacted, right? So that's how I confirm in my head that we picked up on the weekly and delivered to the daily, or we picked up on a 4 hour and delivered to an hourly when I get the reaction off of that PD array, right? We got a heavy reaction off of the day, off of the weekly. See, we like long wick. That's what I mean by heavy reaction. And then we came down here to the daily sell side. We got a heavy reaction, that long wick on the bottom. So in little Timmy Rogers' mind, okay, we picked up and we delivered, right? We've been delivered. And now we've come back to the middle of the road and we're hanging out again. Speaking of the middle of the road, what have we been doing? We are still in the middle of the road. We have made a move, and now we made a move, and now we slide into the right, slide into the right, doing a whole bunch of nothing. We're doing a whole bunch of nothing. And the reason why we're doing a whole bunch of nothing is because we ain't got no catalyst to make us do something. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no Fed rate until February, I think it is. I think it's February when we got to get the Fed, the next rate hike, whatever they're going to do. And we're going into earnings season. You know what I'm saying? We need to see what the company's going to do. You know what I'm saying? We just came out of a Christmas lull because we ain't get no Christmas rally. Look at that. All we did was slide to the right. We got a Christmas consolidation this year. You know what I'm saying? We got us a drop to the, like in the, it performed textbook December, right? The beginning of December kind of goes up a little bit, and then we slide down in the middle. And then the middle of December is when the Santa rally usually happens. We get that pop. We didn't get a pop. We got a consolidation. So we are still in this little box. We are still in this until we break out of this box right here. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. I'll give it a color in the middle, brighten it up a little bit right there. We are in that box. We just slide into the right. Slide. And look what that box is. Look what the box is. Right? In the middle of the road. And look how the algos be knowing. Right? Look at that. You see this right here? This candle right here closed on December 19th. It closed right. This the middle of the road. This line right here. It closed right there in the middle of the road. Right? We went up a little bit, came right back to the middle of the road. Went down, popped above it, came down, bounced off the middle of the road. Went down. I mean, we closed below. Oh no, we're about to die. Gap back up right there where? At the middle of the road. Pushed up, closed up there, came right back down. Came gap down to the middle of the road, wiggled between it, gapped up, came right back where? To the middle of the road. So we are just hanging right here. Right here. We're stuck there. We're stuck there. So until we break out of that range, we just gonna keep sliding to the right. Now, I got caught up talking about that. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's go over here and look at the overnight price action since the market. Oh man, I didn't open Ninja Trader back up from when my power went out. So we just gonna do it on the ES on TradingView. So go over here to the ES. Go over here to the ES. Let's drop down to 60 Minuten. That's German for anybody who don't know what I just said. Minuten. Oh, there's Ninja Trader. Hello, Ninja Trader. Says we're connected. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna say we connected. Won't you connect? Okay. I have marked out some stuff last night. Let me go in here and set my London and then we'll go through what I marked off last night. Let me set my London price. Okay, yes, I did set 12 o'clock. Let me set my London, and then 9:22. I saw that candle move. I thought the market had opened up. So midnight, we opened up. We opened up at 38.53.25 at midnight, New York. I mean, midnight open. The London, we opened up at 38.57. So midnight, 38.53.25. London, we opened at 38.57. All right. So overnight, when I was looking at the price action, I was watching 3 different PD arrays, 2 above price and 1 below price. I was watching this 4-hour fair value gap. This is the bluish color. Make sure y'all can see me. Make sure y'all can see me. Yes, y'all can. This bluish color rectangle right here. It's a 4-hour fair value gap. And I was watching the 60-minute fair value gap. Those are the 2 PD arrays I was watching above price. Because these were the premium PD arrays for on the daily. This is yesterday's equilibrium from peak to trough on yesterday. This is the equilibrium. So I was watching these 2 premium PD arrays. I want to see how price reacts to these PD arrays in the premium. I was watching this 4-hour. Did I say 4-hour on this right here? Come on, man. Oh, that's a download. Oh, that's a release. I thought I just crashed. Okay. Okay, get out of here. I thought it had crashed. Man, I was about to get mad. 4-hour. If I didn't say 4-hour, that's 4-hour. And then below price, I was watching this 4-hour volume imbalance right down here. And I'll pop up to the 4-hour to show you what I'm talking about. Show you what I'm talking about. So I was watching those below price. I was watching this below price because we had a small volume imbalance there. And we had a 15-minute fair value gap down here. Those was the ones I was watching below price. And then above price, this 4-hour fair value gap. Shout out to cousin that commented on one of my YouTube videos saying that they were struggling with gaps. If you go watch ICT content on fair, he does a good job explaining the different types of gaps and stuff. Just go to his core content and look at like the fair value gaps video. But the simplest way to remember it for fair value gaps, or what can be considered a fair value gap, or let's just say an imbalance. We're just gonna say imbalance, right? Instead of calling it fair value gap. Just remember, it's a 3-candle pattern. 3 candles, 3 consecutive candles, where this is candle 1, this green candle right here, this is candle 2, and this is candle 3, right? It's a 3-candle pattern, 1, 2, 3, where candle 1 and candle 3 don't share price, right? The lowest point of candle 1, right, is right here. This is the lowest point of candle 1, where my mouse is. This is the highest. Let me move all this other stuff. So let me move all this other stuff so you can see that. And I ain't rushing this morning because I don't plan on doing no kind of trading before 10 or looking at nothing for real before 10. So I ain't worried about it. Market about to open in 4 minutes. So see, here we go. Candle 1 and candle 3, right? So the lowest point of candle 1, which is right here. Hopefully y'all can see them wicks. Let me fatten them wicks up just in case. Wicks, candlesticks. Where's the wicks? Wicks right there. Okay. right? So candle one, the lowest point of candle one right here, candle two, and then candle three. When there's a space, when there's a gap, when there's a space, when there's a gap in between there, that's an imbalance, right? That's an imbalance, and price will want to come back to Jesus Christ. Is it this internet is acting crazy today, man? Am I still here? Hopefully I'm still here. Price will want to come back and address that area. And as you see right here on the 4 hour, as you see price, once we left that fair value gap right there, that imbalance, some kind of imbalance there, price came back to it and traded through it and back down. So it offered buy side and sell side inside this area right here, because in between this area only sell side was offered. So that's why it's an imbalance, because only sell side was offered in that space right there. So now price has come back and offered buy side. It traded both ways. So it offered buy side and sell side, and now it's going back through, you know what I'm saying? Because now once you left that area, this little area is balanced out now. Once you leave that area, it's balanced. And now we come back to it on this 4 hour, you see prices just cutting right through it. Now, that's the fair value gap. And I'll make that a gem in case the cousin who asked that question ain't on here right now. Now, let's go back and talk about the price action. Drawing objects. Apply. Okay, so now that we talked about that 4 hour, we've already repriced it and it rebalanced. We got the nice reaction off of it. We left that area with some authority. So I'll go ahead and take this off, right? Because it's been rebalanced. Now we're pushing up into this 1 hour that I was watching, saying I want to see how price reacted off of that 1 hour. All right, so now we're pushing up. We got almost to the top of the 1 hour, didn't quite feel it, right? Came back down to equilibrium. Oh, we're supposed to be doing the whole overnight price action. Okay. So yesterday we closed right here at 38.44.75, right? And then we kind of dilly-dally a little bit up until 9 o'clock, and then no, 8 o'clock actually. We took off at 8 o'clock. This is the 9 o'clock calendar. So at 8 o'clock, we took off a little bit, took out the short-term buy side, then pulled back down to the close, and then we started to make our way back to the top of the range and consolidated right at the top of that range when we took off up until 2 o'clock. And then at 2 o'clock, we started to ascend again. The market is open. The market is open. The market is open. If you're going to go trade, please trade safely. Remember, we got news at 10 and 2. If you're not going to trade, please take copious notes so that you can go back and study what you saw today. If you have the opportunity to do so, if your 9 to 5 allows you, or if you don't have a 9 to 5, just sit down in front of the charts and take a gander at how price action moves. It helps me immensely. It helps me to understand why the candles are doing what it's doing. It helped me to understand a lot of times where I go wrong. Trying to slowly develop myself to see it better and better in real time, but sitting in front of the charts helps out. Thank you. And if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. The experts told me I didn't hit my 2,500 because I'm not asking. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you are subscribed and you like the content, please share it with someone and say, hey, I like his content. You may enjoy it too. Thank you. Bye-bye now. So we started to ascend at 2 o'clock, and then we made the London high at 4 on the 4 o'clock candle. I ain't gonna say at 4, on the 4 o'clock candle, where we came to. Oh, and I want to correct myself. I call everything the mean threshold, because consequent encroachment, that's just too much for me to say. So whenever you hear ICT talking about mean threshold, he's talking about like order blocks and breakers, because order blocks and breakers used to be an order block. You know what I'm saying? Order block is an order block, and an order block can turn into a breaker. So when he say mean threshold, he's talking about the reference points, like the order blocks, the breakers, the mitigation blocks, right? When he says consequent encroachment, he's talking about the mean threshold of a fair value gap. I just say mean threshold for everything, because consequence encroachment, that's a mouthful. That's a mouthful. So now you can say mean threshold. I'm gonna say, you can say consequence encroachment. I'm gonna say mean threshold, right? So when it came back to the mean threshold, the 50% of this fair value gap, right? We reacted off of it and consolidated right around equilibrium, right? And then we made the London low at around on the 2 o'clock candle, which is still intact. So the London low is still intact, because when we came down on this 8 o'clock candle, we did not take out the London low, right? And if you're on TradingView, if you're following on TradingView, the TradingView names the gives the time of the candle from the start. NinjaTrader gives the time of the candle of the end. So when I say 8 o'clock candle, it'll be 7 o'clock candle for TradingView. When I say 2 o'clock candle, it'll be 1 o'clock candle for TradingView. So whatever time I say on NinjaTrader, just subtract the hour, right? We just got a nice reaction off equilibrium. I don't know what PDub reacted off of, because we're on the hourly. And then we took out the London high on the 9 o'clock / 8 o'clock candle, and we got close to the top of this hourly fair value gap that I'm watching. Got a nice reaction off of it, nice rejection off of when we got to this, looked like the low of this candle, 38.70.25, 38.70.25. Yes, went wick for wick with this swing low right here. We went wick for wick with this swing low right here, just before we got to the top of this fair value gap. So we went wick for wick with this breaking market structure. We had this drop. We had the breaking market structure right there. So we came wick for wick with the breaking market structure here. Got a nice little rejection. Matter of fact, that rejection took us all the way back down to equilibrium right here at this order block. We came all the way back down to this hourly order block at equilibrium right there. And then we're pushing back up. So that was a nice little rejection off of that. If anybody took that short off of this breaking market structure right here with this fair value gap, that was a nice little scalp from there. What's that? 38.70.25 all the way down to just say equilibrium at 38.55. That's like almost 15 points. Let's drop down to the 15-minute, get a little bit more detail of what went on. I see now we came down to another order block. It was a 15-minute order block that we came down to. And when I say we came down to equilibrium, it was a fair value gap there, an order block there. Yeah. On the market has it's showing some bullishness. It's showing it wants to be bullish. And we ripping in front of this news. Okay, so from the close, again, we dilly-dallied. Took out the short-term buy side here. Took that out. Just say on this 8:45 candle, traded back down into this 15-minute fair value gap, consolidated there for a while inside that 15-minute fair value gap, pushed up, took out the short-term buy side again, consolidated there, took out the sell side, short-term sell side, and then took off, pushing all the way up into this fair value gap. This is where the we had a 4-hour fair value gap here. We had a 4-hour, 60-minute, and a 15-minute, because there's a 15-minute fair value gap here. So we had nested PD arrays in this same area right here. So we pushed up into there, came to equilibrium / consequent encroachment. That's the last time I will say that, because that's a mouthful. We pushed back down to equilibrium. Did not quite get into this fair value gap here. Pushed back up, failed to take out the buy side, came down, took out the short-term sell side again, filled in that fair value gap, hit the top of the consolidation / breaking market structure / midnight open, pushed back up again, made some relative equal highs right there without taking out the buy side again, came down once again, took out the short-term sell side, and got down into the 15-minute order block that we had made on the 145 candle before taking off on that nice little rip after this consolidation. Hit that order block, pushed up, took out the buy side, breaking market structure, fair value gap, retrace, boom, hit that there, pushed up, right, failed to take out the high, opened up, wick down, hit the order block, because this is when we hit that breaking market structure here. So once we hit that, boom, we hit it, right? If you went short on that breaking market structure, came back to the fair value gap, came back to the breaking market structure, because that is a trade. You know what I'm saying? When you break structure, come back and you go short at the breaking market structure right there, that is a trade. Shout out Lex. That's an entry type of her melting butter, but it's other stuff in front of that going short at the break. You know what I'm saying? It's other stuff in her melting butter that sets up before that. But once you get the break, the entry for her melting butter is at the breaking market structure right there. So you hit that, and then, like I said, you came down, pushed back up right there, and then you dropped all the way down to the order block. That was the 15-point drop right there. So that would have been, you would have had a nice little 10-point trade right there. I like to break them down in tens. So that was right there off of that, and then now it's pushing back up, and we've traded through the top of this hourly fair value gap. We've traded through the top of it now. So we've offered buy side and sell side, a couple times going through. Let's go back up to the hourly. Right, so we offered buy side and sell side, pushed back up into it a couple times, offered buy side and sell side up to there, and then on this calendar here, we offered buy side there, both ways there, and pushed up, up there to the top. Now we've traded through it. So let's see if this starts to act as some type of support. Now that we've repriced it, we'll see if this acts as some type of support now. A lot of times it will tend to act as support. Keep in mind, we have an order block right here. We have an order block right here at just below the daily discount. So we have this fair value gap that we just repriced just above equilibrium, right? And then we have a 60-minute order block just below equilibrium on the daily. And giving a little extra time today because I went live early yesterday, and then I don't plan on trading right now anyway, so I'm staying on a little bit longer. Remember, in 2023, I'm trying to cut these down to 30 minutes. And then plus the lights went out, and it's just been crazy. So we got this 60-minute order block right here. We just touched the bottom side of a 2-candle order block up here. Just touched the bottom side of a 2-candle order block right here. So looking at this 2-candle order block right here, the mean threshold of that would be right there at 38.50. I mean 3880.5. That's the mean threshold of this 2-candle order block right here. 3880.5. Right, and we just came in. The low of it is 3877. So we just went up into the body. We just touched the body of the lower portion of the order block. Mean threshold of it would be at 3880.50. We have a nice rejection off of the body of it right now. Still got 16 minutes left on this candle. Let's see how this play out. No rush. Don't rush none of this. Not 10 o'clock yet. News ain't came out yet. Nice reaction off of that. The NQ is red on the hour. The Dow is green on the hour. And the ES is green on the hour. We got some SMT divergence. The NQ. The NQ is making lower highs. And the ES and the Dow are making higher highs.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Can I go to play fitness at 2?
At 2 o'clock?
Yes.
Yes. Then the lows, we made a swing low here. Made a swing low there. And the NQ still making lower highs and lower lows. NQ showing heavy weakness. NQ showing heavy weakness. So the ES went low. NQ broke even. The Dow and the Dow went up. NQ went down. The ES went up. All right. So the NQ failing to make higher highs and still making lower lows. The Dow and the ES took the lows and made higher highs. So the NQ is showing weakness. The NQ is not like the others. So if the NQ is showing the weakness, and the weakness is going to bleed over into the other two, let's see if the weakness bleeds over into the other two. Because typically when one start to change, that's where it shows like the money is moving in that direction. When one starts to show that change, like this one here, they making higher highs, but this making lower highs. And then down here, we made like both of these two right here made higher lows, and this making a lower low after making them lower highs. Right? Or they can hit us with the 52 fake out where the NQ run these lows and then come catch up. They can't do that. Remember, news trumps charts. Anyway, man, that's all I got. I'm starting to sweat under these lights. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with me, man. What? It just be to have given an image to display instead of what you talking about? What y'all talking about? Oh, what this blue box be? Oh yeah, the blue box. The blue box is gonna be a blue box. I'm glad you asked that. Let me show you what it means. Right? So Uh, the blue box. That mean you signed up for something without reading. That's what that mean, Mendez. That mean hello Anna, hello Elsa. Good morning, Queen. How are you? Shout out Mendez. Now Mendez, that mean you signed up for something you ain't read. That's what that mean. Let's see here. I can do it right here. Right. So the blue box means, right, these are the loyalty badges, right? So with the blue box, that means you're a new member, right? You've been signed up to one of the packages, excuse me, for less than a month, right? You've been signed up to one of the packages for less than a month, right? This like I made the badges myself, but this the defaults that YouTube give. They give these defaults, right? I made the badges myself, but YouTube the time frames, right? So for less than a month, I made just a blue square, right? So once you go over a month, if like, and this is for, they said you could be, you got to be an active member, meaning you're paying the monthly fee, right? So if you're paying the monthly fee and you're paying the monthly fee for 2 months, right? It'll turn to a blue square, a light blue square with a star, right? And then if you pay the monthly fee for 3 consecutive months, then it'll turn into a green star with it'll turn to a green square with 2 stars, right? Meaning you've been in there for longer than 2 months. Now, the next level is 6 months, right? So you got longer than a month, longer than 2 months. I mean, new, longer than a month, longer than 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, right? That's the thing. I truly don't expect to see anybody around with like these spiders and the stars, because it's like, how much can you sit here and listen to little Timmy Rogers talk? But I made, there was like there was like make stuff that fits your channel. So I started it out with just like the squares and the stars. And if anybody hang around for more than 6 months, you true gang. That's why I started putting the spiders on the ones 6 months or higher, because you loyal. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna go back to the because initially I'm gonna tell y'all what I was gonna do initially, right? And then you get custom emojis. They'll like make them emojis custom to you. So one of them, a matter of fact, when y'all in the thing, can y'all see these custom emojis? Because they never told me. They was like, upload the custom emojis, because I know in Discord when you upload them, they automatically in the Discord for the people to be able to use in that channel. And so when I uploaded it to the YouTube thing, I'm like, oh yeah, I see the Spyline right there. I see Coolidge just put the Spyline right there. I'm sick of it. So yeah, I was making like custom emojis. There was like make them make them so that it's tailored to your channel. You know what I'm saying? So that you hear me. So that's what that, and so I was making, and now we got more members, so I got to go in and make some more. Because it's how many members you got, they start to open up more and more emojis that you can make. Right? That's how they do it. So that's what the blue square mean, Cool It. And that means you signed up for something without reading. Because if you would have read, it tells you what it's for. Loyalty badges next to your name in comments and live chat. And you see, there you go. I see Coolidge just posted the spider. Okay. So he posted Black Spider, right? And then Calio posted back. I appreciate that for y'all, because I was gonna ask him like, can y'all see these? But I see that you can't see them. But yeah, that's what the blue square is for. The blue box, Mendez. Read it is fundamental. Read it is fundamental. Hey, do anybody got any questions besides the one cousin they asked about the you have heard me. They asked about they said they were struggling with the gaps. They said they were struggling with the gaps. Do anybody else I dropped, if you don't know, if you don't I should have did that. If you don't know, I dropped part 3 of the ICT Explained series. Hold up. That's the lady from my son's football team texting about something. I think my wife already signed up for that. I think she signed up for that already. What at? What at? What at? Sorry about that, y'all. They so the strategist is up. I saw one of the cousins had come in and saying they were struggling with the fair value gaps. That's why I broke down that piece today about the gaps. And I'm gonna cut that out as a gem and post it because somebody said they were struggling with the gaps. Do so can you see the member name in the comments? What is that? So can you see none members comments or greetings anymore? Yeah. Yeah, everything is over here on the side. Yeah, everything is over. Everything's still over here on the side. I just like on the for like the new year, since I'm cutting it down to 30 minutes, I try to stay focused on because when I go to looking at the comments all the time, it's like I get distracted and then it starts stretching out. So I try to stay focused on getting the price action done and try to keep it within the 30 minutes. And then I start going over to address comments. You know what I'm saying? Start to go look at comments. And then like once I start looking at the comments, depending on how much time is left, you know what I'm saying? I got to prioritize the member comments because that's one of the perks, prioritizing the member comments, you know what I'm saying, within that window. And the reason why it's like a 30-minute window because starting next Monday, the overnight price action stream is going to end at 9:30. And then a new stream that I'm starting called My Trade Day is going to start at 9:30. And that's exclusive to the Black Spider members. And again, like I was telling everybody, it's not a trade room. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not a call out service. It's just if you want to look over my shoulder for my trade day, you know, I got one setup that I'm looking for on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to try to take a trade every day, but I'm looking for my setup every day. And that's my liquidity run reversal. If it's there, you'll see me take a trade. If it's not there, I'm just going to be calling out what I'm seeing in the price action. Even if it's not my trade, I'm just going to be talking about what I see in the price action. And, you know, I may run them out the whole hour and a half. I may just sit here and look at the candles. I may sit here and watch Country Wayne videos while I'm looking at the candles. But It's just if you want to peek over my shoulder, from during my because in the new year, like I say, I'm starting to trade futures, so I'm cutting it down, and I'm just gonna be focusing on trying to trade. You know what I'm saying? My futures full time. So just as a way to continue to let people look over my shoulder and then have people be able to reciprocate by supporting the channel for my time. Just put a little subscription model on it. Yeah. Y'all already know. Y'all already know I don't. Yeah, hear me. You feel me? I do not read comments. I do not read comments. So we got the news getting ready to come out in 2 minutes. Getting the news ready to come out in 2 minutes. Again, let's while we still here, let's look at the DR IDR real quick while we still here. Let's go down to the 5 minutes. Since we still here, let's go look at the DR and IDR for the day. So starting out last night with the Asian.
Someone knocked on the door.
Say somebody knocked on the door. Y'all hold on. It's a truck out there? Y'all hold on. It's good. I didn't realize you had something yet. You said, I said, go to the bathroom. Oh, how's that? Circuit down. You know what's crazy? That big, that sound, well, people use that sound as funny, but if you really think about it, that's a crazy sound. Like, what was going on in that situation? I saw the video. Circuit down. Like, bro, like, how would someone take a situation like that and turn it into a hit? Like, some people get shot 15 times and they would turn it into a hit. Shut it down. That's why that water out there. It's that from the rain. That's from the rain, but up there it's like a bus pipe out there, man. I'm about to go out. I'm about to go out. I got to go dig it up and see how bad it is, man. Hey y'all, live over. It was the people outside doing something with the power, but we got a doggone. Got a bus pipe out there by my water, the water thing. I got a bus pipe out there. Hello. What's up, son? I got a bus pipe out there underground. That's why I'm a water bill bit. I'm like, man, this water bill, these people charging all this money. You know what I'm saying? Water bill went from like, it was used to be right. First it was like $40-something. Then it went up to like $50-something. That regular increase, 60-something. They just getting money out you. Then all of a sudden, for like the last few months, I've been paying $100 for my water. I'm like, man, they can't be charging this much for sewage. Then Buddy just came and knocked on the door here, like, hey, you know, is your pressure all right? He like, you got a leak out here. Go out there. It's just bubbling through the grind. I dug my hand down in there. The further I put my hand in there, the bigger the hole got under the ground. So I done said all that to say now I got to go out here in the wet rain and dig up to see how bad this bus pipe is under the ground. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to Tim's Tidbit. If you're going to trade, please trade safe. If you're not going to trade, please take copious notes so that you can go back and study what you saw today. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Joining the memberships is totally unnecessary. It's appreciated because you're supporting the channel and you're showing that you're grateful for the time that I spend doing what I do, but it's not necessary. Share it with somebody and ask them to subscribe because I want to get to 2,500. I wanted to get to 2,500 for my birthday. I don't know why 2,500 is just so important. It just went on my 25th birthday. That was a big deal. I was a quarter of a century. I was like my 25th birthday was big, right? And now I turned 50 in August. And so that quarter, 25, them quarters. So I wanted 2,500 subscribers on my birthday. We didn't get it, but the professionals at YouTube said I'm not getting it because I'm not asking for it. So I'm asking for it now. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Please share it with someone and tell them to subscribe if you like the information. They'll probably like it too. Hey, get gone till take care of your bit. Oh yeah, man, I'm about to go. Hey, they working in front of me, y'all, so I can't dig it up right now anyway. Well, I can, but they gonna have to give me some room. You hear me? I could turn it off. I could turn the water off if I need to, but I'm just gonna go out there to see what it is. Who had a question? Kareem? How long did it take you to identify the different PDA? Which one did you struggle with? Oh, I struggled with breakers. Breakers was the hardest one for me to see. Mainly because I blame Lex and PDub for that. Because they was always, Tim, you got to look for a higher high, low, a high, a low, a higher low, a lower high. That ain't work for me. Breakers is the one that I struggle with the most. The fair value gaps was the easiest for me to see. That's why I trade fair value gaps. Like when ICT put out that 2022 mentorship, I was like, that's my setup. Like soon as he put it out, like soon as I saw it on there, because I had put it together on my own just from looking at all his old videos. And you know what I'm saying? When he put it out, I'm like, that's my setup. Because if you go back and look at like the old videos that I did with Lex before he dropped the 2022 mentorship, I was talking about the liquidity run reversal, and she was talking about melting butter and rising bread because he was like the melting butter, no, the bread and butter. He called it the bread and butter setup. So she called hers the melting butter for the short and the rising bread for the long, because he called it the bread and butter setup. And the fair value gaps, I got them immediately because I was used to looking at gaps before, and I was really used to looking at gaps from like with Jada Trader, because like I've just been noticing those gaps for like ever. That's just came easiest to me before ICT. Once I got the breakers, the breaker and the mitigation block, it's easy for me to remember them is because the breaker breaks the low order high and the mitigation block is a failure swing. It doesn't break the low order high. So if you looking from a high that don't break a low and trade back through, that's a mitigation block because the high don't break the low. Mitigation block once it trade through. If the high breaks the low and trade back through. It's a breaker. The high breaks the low, right? That's how I identify the breakers. The liquidity voids. I've always thought about the liquidity voids as a full gap, and ICT still say a true liquidity void is a full gap. But when it's consecutive candles in a row on his video, he talk about that being, I always call that a sell side imbalance or a buy side imbalance, because that's what he called it. But on his liquidity void video, that's what he called a liquidity void, so that's what I called it. The volume imbalance, that's easy for me to see because it's only two candles when the bodies don't touch. But as far as how long it took, I really can't say how long it took for me to see them all. I just know the breaker was the last one I got. And once I got the breaker, the mitigation block, the breaker and the mitigation block, I just put them together. Because once it clicked in my head, and PDub and Lex was just confusing me. And when I went back and watched ICT video and really listened to what he was saying, that's when it hit me with the breakers. But the breakers took me forever. Y'all know how long I was struggling with breakers. Y'all was on here. I'm like, man, I can't see these freaking breakers. But yeah, so whatever your eye gravitate to, the easiest, focus on that, right? Focus on that, and then slowly learn the other stuff, right? Focus on that and slowly learn the other stuff, because we tend to get into like learning overload, and we can't see the forest from looking at the trees, right? So whatever your eye gravitates to, like my eye gravitates to fair value gaps. I can see them clear as day, right? If you can't see fair value gaps, go look at the price action and see what just stands out to you. You know what I'm saying? And just focus on that. Master that. Did anybody else have anything before I go out here and get in these people way? They got like 12 trucks in front of my house right now. Like when the power went out, I guess it's something like right out here, like on my block, because it's like 12 trucks out there in front of my house right now. They're gonna have to give me a little bit of room out there. Kareem, did that help at all? Two plus 5 equals 7.7 is completion. We are in 2023, so you will get 2,500 this year. Man, let's go run the. Oh, Run the Green got a new picture. Let's go Run the Green. Yeah, hell, man. 2 plus 5, because you got 2, and then you got 2, 3, 2, and then it's 2 and 3. That's 5. That's 2 plus 5. Man, you better say that, Run the Green. You better say that. Okay. All right, then. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and go get my shovel and go get in these guys' way. I appreciate y'all for hanging out. Oh, let's see what the candles did when the news came out. Dumped when the news came out. I don't know what they said or what they did, but we dumped when the news came out. And again, like I was talking about the NQ, when I was like when one of them y'all can't see that. Remember when I was talking about over here with NQ, when I was like the NQ was failing to make the higher highs, and that usually signal that they're gonna pull them down. And I was like, they can't fake us out because news trumps chart. Then it held up. The NQ failing to make them higher highs was signaling that we was gonna dump, and we dumped. We got a small fair value gap down here. We blew through that volume imbalance. We got a fair value gap down here on the 15-minute, and then we got a 60-minute order block down here. Got a 60-minute order block down here. Got a 60-minute order block down here. 15-minute fair value gap. Let's see what we did here. So
All right, the breaking market structure, fair value gap retraced right there. Then we dumped. We came back up to the order block, came close to the mean threshold. We got to 38.79.50. I think mean threshold was 38.80.50. Right, got close to the mean threshold and then dumped. So on the see, so on the news we popped up. Let's see where we went. So when the news dropped, we popped up and dumped. Came up. So there we go again. See the breaking market structure to the downside. Breaking market structure to the downside. Fair value gap retrace right there. Boom. But it's one of the things where it's at the news. So I can't take it at the I don't get in the trade in front of the news. Right? I can't take it at the news. So now that the news is gone, the trade is gone. So now I got to sit there and wait for a new trade. I got to wait for a new trade. So right now we got this breaking market structure. We got 2 breaks, 3, 4 breaks in market structures to the downside right here on the 15-minute. Right? Came down, took out these relative equal lows right here, stopped short of this fair value gap in this order block. So now we got the break and market structure here, and then price acting like it's about to slow down. So it's probably not going to push back up into this area fast to give a short off. Like if it set up a fair value gap, let's say the next candle open up and we set up a fair value gap here, right? It might be a big fair value gap. It may be, you know what I'm saying, in the midst of a reversal, but right now it's looking short. I'm looking for a short right now based off of this breaking market structure here, unless something sets up to give me a reason to want to go long. But I don't see anything that's going to give me a reason to go long because we haven't come down here to any significant PD array other than taking out this sell side right there. You know, I could take it off of that if, you know what I'm saying, if it gives me something with a nice setup to go back up to, but I would only take it back up to somewhere up in here. Like on this candle right here, this 15-minute candle here, just say we set up a fair value gap there, right? Then I probably won't waste my time taking nothing long just to come right back here. I'll just wait for it to come back to this fair value gap to go short. You know what I'm saying? Unless we sold down here and then started to reverse. Then I could look for something off of this fair value gap to go back up to this fair value gap if I wanted to counter trend against the grain. But I don't like to go against the grain all that much. I will try it. I tried it yesterday. Then I quickly realized, hey, I'm on the wrong side of the trade. And I got up out of there for pretty much break even once I realized that. But yeah, 2 o'clock. Yep. Oh, Jokes came in hot. 10.4 million. Man, that was higher than it was on. 10.1. Still below 50. Okay. Now, ISM being below 50. Now, see, being below 50 is bad. But when the Fed want the economy to slow down, that's technically good. When the Fed want the economy to slow down. So it's still about once the Fed come out next month, once they go into their meeting next month and start talking, then we'll get a feel for how the Fed feel about the economy contracting instead of expanding. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why we in this weird place where the market not going anywhere, because they just hovering in this range trying to feel out the Fed. Like, what does the Fed want? What do the Fed want to do? Yep. FOMC at 2 o'clock. Hey man, let me get out of here. Y'all, I just like looking at these charts. I got to go outside and dig. I appreciate y'all, man. I'll see y'all at 6:30. I'm so sorry about last night, man. I left my curtain. I left my curtain open and everything, man. Now y'all can see the dope. When I be pointing over there, the dope over there for real. You feel me? Hey, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me, man. Run the green. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I receive it. Speak it. Speak. Rhonda. Rhonda with the new pick. You better make them eat cake, baby. You better make them eat cake. Rhonda giving me honey pot vibes. If y'all look at Country Wayne, it's this female, pretty young female that's on. She work at the honey pot on in Atlanta, and you giving me honey pot vibes, Rhonda Green. Usher boy meeting at 6. And then we gonna go live at 6:30. Hey man, I appreciate y'all. I see y'all at 6:30, man. They sound like they working for real out there, so I may not be able to do what I need to do until later. But I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna go try to do something. If I can't do nothing, then I'm gonna go ahead and see. And then if y'all see real quick, let me show y'all this real quick. Right? We got like we looking like we might be trying to set up a fair value gap right here. Oh, God dog, come on, Tim, add to the stream. We look like we might be trying to set up a fair value gap right here, but this candle still got 11 minutes, so we're gonna see how that play out, right? And then we got a breaking market structure right here. So I'm watching this area like a hawk, right there. I'm watching that area like a hawk. So if we get a breaking market structure with this fair value gap right next to it, right, I'm watching that like a hawk. But see, we consolidated here, we consolidated there, and we took off. So now this would be the time I would want to drop down to the 5 minute. I want to drop down to the 5 minute right there. We took off there. That's the same spot where the 15 minute is. That's the same spot where the 15 minute is. So this one right here may not get filled right away. So I'm watching this area right here like a hawk, trying to see what's set up in that area. If it give me something in that area, because this one here may not, you know what I'm saying, get filled right away. Or we might just go right back to it and fill it. I mean, go right back to it immediately. But like I said, I'm watching this area like a hawk, like a hawk, like a hawk. Yeah. I had got quiet just then because I looked like I was about to push up there. Oh, you got to see what honey pot is. That's Wayne be putting all kind of businesses on. So she I don't know if she work at the honey pot for real, but a lot of times them folk be looking like they work in a place for real, because a lot of them do not be actors. But I don't know if she work in the honey pot for real, but they call her the honey pot girl, because D sweet on the honey pot girl. Let me see if I can see the honey pot girl face. My dog's barking at my neighbor dog's barking at the what's the name? Barking at the people out there working. That's the honey pot girl right there. That's her that female right there. That's why I like, you giving me honey pot. You giving me the honey pot. That's the honey pot girl right there. That's her there. The same, that's the female there, the same one. That's the honey pot girl. I can't remember what her name is, but her. When I was looking at your picture right there, I was like, you give me honey pot. You give me the honey pot girl. See, D gets a honey pot surprise. The honey pot girl is, you know what I'm saying? They call her the honey pot girl because she work at the honey pot. Let's see if that's a real place. It is. The Honey Pot. Yep. Honey Pot, Art and Energy. Yep, that's a real place. Cause that's they be going in there to get like crystals and like sage and stuff. That's what D and Mike be going in there to get like crystals and sage and stuff like that. That's a real place in Atlanta. Yep. I was trying to see if they had some pictures. But yeah, it's a real place in Atlanta. The Honey Pot. But Wayne always be putting real spots on in his what's the names? He always be putting real spots, like real companies, real places, all that stuff right there. Okay. Hold on, Yoni eggs. Ain't none of them thing that they what ain't that what it is that what am I thinking wrong? Am I thinking wrong about the Yoni eggs? Wait a minute. Am I thinking wrong about that? Am I thinking wrong about that? Hold on. Oh yeah, sensual. No, I ain't thinking wrong about the Yoni egg. Oh yeah, I might be. For some reason, I don't know. I guess I might be thinking wrong. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. What was that picture? Oh yeah, I might be thinking. I don't know. She got her drawers on. And your muscles have. Oh no, I might be thinking wrong about it. I'll thinking something else about the, you know what I'm saying, help you with the Kegels. Hey, I'll holler at y'all tonight, man. For the 12th time, the live is over. Hey man, I'll get at y'all at 6:30 for real this time. Until then, y'all be safe in these markets. I'm gone. Hey boys.